Hey, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome to another episode of ALLBLACK Phase 1. Technically the demo, but we have access to 3 chapters, so let us continue. I wake up in the same room where I remember had a clash with the 7 people. Despite still have to adjust my breath, this time I woke up peacefully. No sudden need to contemplate in my surroundings, nor the need to protect myself. This kind of serenity gives me the chance to understand the situation. I realize that I'm resting in an infirmary of a small ship. Unlike the last time, I slowly get up from the bed and slowly trace my way towards the doorway which is covered by cloth. Okay, so if you use which, you need is. If you want just the word covered, you don't use which. I don't know, maybe lately I get more attention to mistakes like that in the text, because I tried applying for proofreading as well. I didn't get any answer for, but I guess I'm noticing that stuff now. Actually noticing. Anyway. From there I can see small corridors which only leads to two-way, and this infirmary I'm in is right in the end of the corridor. Shouldn't be at the end. I lay my left hand on the left side of the wall to Yeah, I mean, usually you do it like that, to prevent the dizziness from the ship's wobbling. The corridor's wall is made from brushed fiberglass, while the floor is made from metal. My bare feet feel cold from touching with the metal surface. Actually, my left hand too, just not as cold as my feet. As I walk, my sight gets disrupted by glitching, ghostly yellow figures wearing lab coats. Where are they? I don't see anything. Their presence also produces some kind of ambient noise, like the sound of chattering crowd. Not too long after their appearance, I can feel a damp sensation on my upper lip. I raise my right hand and rub my mustache area. Is this how it's called? Indeed, there is something... some liquid dripping from my nostrils. I lower my eye to see that my fingers are drenched in blood. Despite still worrying about my own condition, after I put my hand down, the sight and sound of ghostly yellow figures have disappeared. Now that I think about it, it might do for a rather good series, something like basically proofreading while recording, right? I mean, I read all this stuff anyway. We could proofread as well. But then again, it would take much more time. Anyway, in the end of the corridor, a square light brightly. What? I raise my right hand to cover my eyes as I approach the light. The flashing light behind the end of the corridor is enough to blind me. I ascend the small set of stairs which leads to the upper deck. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, still a bit sick. Less, but still. It's the second day for. Anyway. Upon reaching the deck, my eyes slowly adjust to the blinding sunshine, and I could have sworn that this is the first sunshine and blue skies I've seen in forever. As my eyes gradually adapt, I begin to understand that this ship is a fishing vessel. On the upper deck, I notice 4 people are lounging around. The first one is sitting on the port side of the deck. He is the sturdy looking man I knocked out back in the infirmary. The second one is looking at the seas from the port side, slightly further than the first man. He's slightly smaller than the first one. His distinctive feature is the black cap with red front brim he is wearing. The next one is standing near the starboard, talking with the fourth. The third one is wearing short pants, and the last one is wearing white striped orange shirt. The one wearing cap and the one wearing short pants have noticed my presence. They alert the other two, and then the one in short pants proceeds to enter a door on the deck, right to the doorway to the lower deck.
You okay?
The one I knocked out back then approached me, offering me a handshake. Nice bird, by the way. I look at his hand hesitantly and reluctantly respond to his gesture. Unlike last time, he's turned out to be friendly enough. Might be my fault for...
I'm worried. You should talk to the doctor.
Doctor? My first thought is the name Einhorn, but I know it wouldn't be this easy. Plus I know that whatever happened to me must have separated me and Einhorn.
Yeah, Tim is calling him.
He averted from my eyes and points at the door where the one wearing short pants entered earlier.
There they are.
As he finished speaking, he immediately returns to the place where he was sitting. From behind the door, two figures appeared. The first one is the one wearing short pants. But which one is the first one? And the second one, if I recall correctly, is the... Wait, what? The last figure that I saw before I lost my consciousness the last time I was awake. Doctor?
Yeah, my name is Jordan. Are you feeling well enough?
His confirmation of his identity didn't make me disappointed. I was slightly hoping the doctor they are calling is Einhorn. Even when he exited the door, I have begun to accept the fact that his appearance and voice is completely different from the black silhouette I met when I was unconscious. Yeah, do you know what happened to me?
Frankly, I'm not so sure.
Great, just someone who doesn't know anything. Yeah, right back at you, man.
I was hoping you could tell me. We should talk in the infirmary.
He points his right palm back towards the lower deck corridors, the place I was coming from. He walks before me and leads the way back to the infirmary. So what happened to me?
Like I said, I'm not sure. What was last thing you remember?
I was floating on the ocean at night.
I mean about you.
Again, I try to remember anything I can about myself. But my mind hides my memory too well. I can't remember anything at all, not even glimpses. As if I was born yesterday. Sorry, can't.
I see.
He comments briefly. A hint of disappointment can be heard in his voice. After our small chit-chat, we have reached the infirmary. Jordan made the cloth covering the doorway and entered the room. Soon I follow him inside and stop, awaiting his side of the story. Wait, how long have I been passed out?
About 14 hours. Before that you were passed out for 5 hours.
Before I woke up and clashed with your crew.
Yeah. You know, Mori is the strongest in the ship, and you won against him.
Is that so?
Yeah, even you managed to escape from 4-man restraint.
In retrospect, I highly doubt it. Don't know how I did that. I'm not even sure if I can move that chair now.
Probably you had adrenaline surge or something like that.
That might be the cause. I know I was ferocious at that time.
When we found you were wearing this.
Jordan takes the jacket hanging on the wall next to the mirror and gives it to me. The jacket is very thick, decorated with fur on its collar, just like what they wear in winter. Huh. I immediately search his 4 pockets for any clue. First, the right and left hip pockets, then the right and left chest pockets, but nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Alright. No, it should be. No, it's not.
Alright, now it should be fine. Alright. I think. Anyway. The only thing that caught my attention is my name. Is a name tag above the left chest pocket. Theodore Quentin.
Is that your name?
Jordan noticed that I'm focusing on the name tag. My brain rises to aggressive scan trying to remember this name. I pushed myself trying to remember, but so forceful, my head began to hurt. I pressed my right hand against my left eye to suppress the pain, but despite my effort, the pain, and as always, I can't remember anything. I can't remember.
It's okay, you don't have to force yourself.
Jordan takes the jacket. Jordan takes the jacket away from me and helps me to sit on the bed, maybe in case if I collapse suddenly. Despite I don't like being treated like this, I can't help to accept his gesture. What is happening with me? Why can't I remember anything? He has nothing, I guess. Jordan stares at me. His eyes are filled with curiosity. I can tell that he's also asking the same questions.
My guess is you're suffering from severe amnesia. Your long-term memory has been affected. Oh, I don't know the details since I'm not a neurologist.
I press my right hand against my left eye harder to suppress the sudden sharp pain inside my head. This feeling comes with sudden presence of glitching ghostly figures. But instead of the earlier one, this time the figures are colorful ghosts of children. Huh? Okay, that's creepy. Ryan can playing all over the room whilst laughing playfully.
What's wrong?
Jordan exclaims as I suddenly removed my right hand from his shoulder and pressed it to my face. He used both his hands to hold my shoulders and lead me towards the bed. Are you seeing that? Asked him, whilst pointing towards the ghost figures children inside this room.
Seeing what?
It would seem that he could not see them. Those ghostly figures are only visible to me. No, never mind. Those figures gradually disappearing one by one. By each one of them disappearing, the sharp pain in my head also feeling better and slowly fades away. How? Whatever. Oh, if I don't have anything that could reveal my identity, then I don't mind being called Theodore Quentin. He goes silent for a moment, staring at me intently. This time I can feel that his eyes are judging me.
I mean, I've checked your name last night. You're being searched after your aircraft fell.
Aircraft?
It would seem that you were escorting for some kind of private corporation. Some accident happened, you might have heard and got amnesia.
I see. Where was I going?
India.
Then there is where I should go to.
In 2 days we are returning to Mombasa. They have arranged a rescue to pick you up on the pier.
Thanks.
It's okay.
Is there something I can help you with? I'm glad at least I can hear some good news. Without Jordan and his crew, I'd probably be dead on the sea. I don't know how I can express my gratitude. This is the least I can do for them.
Nah, it's okay.
I insist. Really, I have this feeling of responsibility to satisfy. I take the liberty to walk off the infirmary towards the deck, looking for something I can do. Also, since my last headache, I'm pretty sure of my condition. The only dizziness I can feel right now is from the constant wobbling of the ship.
You should rest. I haven't checked your condition thoroughly.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine now. Plus, you've seen what I'm capable, right? I did beat your friend. As I hastily walk through the corridor, again the sunlight blinds my sight. I want to do something because I'd like to see the open skies, which I'm unable to do from that windowless infirmary. When I reached the deck, one of the ship's crew had left, leaving only 3 men on the deck. The startled man with tight shirt, the man wearing short pants, and the man wearing white striped orange shirt.
Are you sure?
Yeah, a lot better now, right now, yeah. The one wearing short pants notes our presence. He approaches us, who, from his side, we have seen having a cooling argument.
Kevin, what's up?
Ah, Tim, you haven't properly met, right?
No?
Alright, Theodore versus Tim, he's the Theodore. Jordan introduced me with him. I think I remember him back when I was rampaging in the infirmary. Sorry about that.
It's okay. You know, you seem to be stronger than Mori if you were able to find a four-man restraint.
Jordan shook his head out, asking him to have a private conversation with him. Understand, and I step a few steps back, letting them having some privacy. From this distance, I see that Jordan is trying to explain something whilst whispering. And Tim seems to be disagreeing with him whilst also whispering. Seeing them having disagreement makes me wish that they are not talking about me. Finally, they seem to be agreeing on something. After they finish talking, Jordan approaches me again while Tim returns to his friends and talk about something.
Sorry, we had to start something.
Did I do something wrong?
No, not you.
Jordan paused for a moment.
I think you already know, this ship is a fishing ship.
Yeah?
Without someone in the last storm, even with 8 people on board, we barely survived that storm.
As Jordan speaks, Tim gathers the other ship's crew around me, including a man wearing blue shirt under a white unbuttoned white shirt, who just exits the room in the right side of the deck.
According to today's broadcast, the storm we have to pass, we want to reach Mombasa.
Yeah, we need more hands on deck too.
The man in unbuttoned shirt joins the conversation. Both of them have unbuttoned shirts. Despite not facing me directly, but instead he stares into the far horizon, where grey clouds have seem to be gathering. Oh my god.
We need your help to get through that storm.
He continues while averting from his glance towards me. I'll help.
We'll need to reach the storm before night, before the tide pushes us away from land.
By the way, you haven't known every one of us, right? We haven't properly introduced each other.
Then the man wearing unbuttoned shirt. Both of them have unbuttoned shirts. Raises his right hand, offering me a handshake. His figure and mine is only slightly different. What? He's only one span of hand taller than me. What? He hovers his right hand one step away in front of my stomach. With a little doubt, I answer his hanging hand and he firmly grasps on my right hand.
I'm Dazin, captain of the ship.
Theodore Quentin, probably? My god. Honestly, I'm getting a headache from this freaking language. And I think about this, it's not from basically an English-speaking person, right? English-speaking deaf, basically. And I feel like proofreading wasn't done by someone of English-speaking descent as well. I can kind of understand now why devs are basically looking for native speakers. Wish I was one. Anyway. Immediately I move my hand to the others. First one I shake is the hand of the man wearing short pants. Okay, I have no clue which one of those wear short pants.
We're already acquainted now, team.
Under 2 seconds he left. my hand go. It's definitely the hint that I need to move towards the others. Next one shake the hand is the starting man in tight brown shirt.
Nice to meet you again, Maury.
His grip is so tight I can't help but to let go first. I can see satisfaction in his face, must because he had his payback when I knocked him out back then. Next one shake is the man wearing white striped orange shirt. Anyone seeing the guy in white striped orange shirt? Because I can't. I'm called the picture. I believe he has the friendless face.
Avi.
This one's grip is the weakest so far. Despite his limp fish grip, also he doesn't let my hand go until I release my hand. And the last one is the youngest. When my hand is hovering in front of him, he offers me a high five instead. His right palm remains hanging a few spans of ends in front of my face. Despite the bit of times where he gestured ineptly.
Peppy!
Well, that's all then. I look at every one of them without saying anything. Blending in a warm environment like this somewhat make me uneasy.
Actually, there were a night crew, but unfortunately he passed away in the last storm.
Jordan points to the lower deck. There must be a room where they keep the 8th crew member. I tried to look in the direction he pointed, but judging from that, I believe the 8th crew must be kept in the room beside the infirmary.
His name was Ben. We have 4 hours before the sun sets and the tide rises. We have to reach the storm in that time so we can ride the waves.
I agree with Dozen.
I can see the reason. During midday to midnight, the ocean waves always flow from the sea to the coast, which makes us easier if we want to reach the land in a storm. Once we enter the storm, we'll only have to balance ourselves against the waves.
Yeah, we don't have the officials.
Fishes!
Oh boy!
Wow! Okay. Come on, man. This is one of the most freaking basic thing kids are being taught in freaking primary school when you have the singular and plural forms. Fish! Plural, fish! Oh my god, man! Wow! Absolutely wow! Alright, seriously devs, whoever made the proofreading for you, never let that person do it again. Whew. Anyway, the fish in our cargo won't last another day. Murmuring of agreement, suddenly uproars among all the crews. They have the same opinion, but all of them have the same expression: anxiety, hesitation. From their men... Wait, what? From their mien of faces? I'm not sure if that's even a word, to be honest. I need to check because I honestly don't know the word. Mien. Really? Is that a word? Never seen that. Yeah, if we speak about Vietnamese, apparently. Okay, so it is a word. A person's look or manner, especially one of a particular kind, indicating their character or mood. Okay. I honestly didn't know that word. Anyway, it's obviously legible that they are afraid to be ended like their recently deceased friends. While on the other side, they had to get over that trauma if they want to survive. Excuse me. Intercepted. What? Also, I raise my left hand to attract their attention. I wait until every one of them stops muttering before I start to express my thought. Not interrupted? I feel like it should be interrupted. Whatever. I think all of you are afraid after what happened with your friends. Yeah. I'm not your friend, but I tried to do as much as him, or even more. The fucking look on their faces tells me that I was right. I'm literally nobody for them, but they have saved me. Yeah, honestly, you should just shut up, man. Now it's my turn to repair their deed. But with that kind of deed, we are not going to get through that storm. We need to be sure and brave. I'll try my best, and I need you to...
Nicely said. He's right, we can't keep running sorrow for bed. We keep calling it sympathy. But ultimately, just fear for ending in the same way.
As the being, I can see their vacant faces has begun to rise and fill with determination.
Thanks, we needed to hear that.
Jordan adds, commenting on my speech with smiles before entering the door in the right side of the deck. Mori, Alvi, Peppy, and Tim patted my shoulder before they scattered to their own stations. Alvi and Peppy enters the lower deck while Mori and Tim stands on the starboard, on port side of the deck. This leaves me with Dozen.
Ben needs to organize with Mori team, they could use your help.
I'll help them. Even if I have no idea what I will be doing. Dozen die part ways. I head for Tim in the starboard of the deck, while Dozen head to the door in the same side where Jordan entered earlier. I greet Tim, whose eyes are fixed on the brewing storm in the horizon. Hi? He only took a quick glance at me before averting his eyes back on the horizon. It would seem that he is still preparing himself before entering the storm. Well, Doesn't told me to help you. Is there something I can do?
You know how to tie knots?
I do, yeah. Wait, something is wrong. How do I know how to do that? I can't even remember what happened to me 2 days ago, yet I know how to tie a knot.
Then you should be fine.
That's a nasty freaking lightning. But then again, storm on a sea is not a joke. Anyway, after a few months, the ship begins to move forward. Gushing breezes with splashes of salty water touch my face as the ship moving. As we get closer with the storm, the skies are getting darker and the calm-skin breeze turns into a gale. Huh?
Everyone's position!
Dustin shouts from the bridge on the second story of the deck, along with Jordan in the same room.
Get the line now!
I hastily grab 2 rolls of rope which lies under the mast and throw one at Tim. After receiving the rope, Tim throws something at me which I accurately caught with both my hands. I look to my hands and see a pocket knife in them. Well, if I were to work with ropes, it's just essential to hang on a knife.
When Mori cut the sail, mentally roll it.
I note Tim's instruction and shift my eyes towards the top of the mast and put my pocket knife to my right hand to my right back pants pocket as I wait for Mori to finish cutting the sail. As I look at him, drops of water have begun to fall from the dark skies on my face.
You storms in 1 week.
Tim scoffs and comments sarcastically, which I reply with an awkward smile.
Done!
Oh. Mori yells from top of the mast, dropping a layer of thick fabric to us. Without hesitation, Tim grabs it before it even touches the deck and rolls one side of it.
What are you waiting for? Get onto it!
Tim shouts at me for being so. The roll of sail is leaning to his side. Knowing that he's waiting for me to react, I rapidly join him rolling the other side of the sail. As soon as the roll is square, Tim continues his rolling at a pace I almost unable to catch. I didn't take much time to roll the 7-meter tall sail with that speed. Tim climbs on the guard rail to lead the roll of sail and tie it onto the boom. He points his finger towards the mast, hinting that I should climb onto the mast and do the same. Meanwhile, Mori has climbed down and ready to help us. I'm the only one between them who stalls since I don't know what I should do.
Get up there and tie the sail.
Mori instructs me to climb to the boom. I obey his order without saying anything. He grabs the sail roll as I climb and asks him waiting on the other end of the branch. Mori lifts the sail to my side first. He holds it on its place, while waiting for me to tie the sail to the boom. The rain which showers us has now turned to downpour. The raindrops has made our clothes from damp to wet in minutes. Mori keeps raking his hair backward every time his hair falls down his face because of the water. Fortunately, my hair is short, so Mori's problem is not my problem. I wrap the sail at least 10 times before I screw it with a nut and test that it is fixed in its place. I give a sign to Mori that I'm down here, so he lifts the other sail's end. It's true though, Mori is stronger than me. I tried to lift the sail arrow and I couldn't do it, and to see Mori able to do it alone proves it.
Tim, you need help.
I shout to him. We're noticeably having a hard time tying the sail.
Yeah, stay there.
The strong wind around us pushes Tim around. He's having difficulties between hanging on, keeping his balance, and tying the sail. Despite his condition, he rejects my offer for help. Knowing that Tim needs me where I am, Mori proceeds to help him, instead while I continue securing the sail.
What happened?
I heard a groaning noise from the other end of the boom. There I found Tim is sucking the valve between the index and thumb finger of his left hand. I think he accidentally cut his hand as he was about to close the tie.
You okay?
Drop my knife! I was right, he accidentally cut his hand and dropped his knife off the ship. I can see that he hasn't finished securing the sail yet. I hasten my best to finish this tie so I can help Tim and Mori. Wait, I'll be there! I shout at Tim and Mori, who doesn't have any difficulties hanging on, but from the look on their face I know they won't be to hurry. Done! Jump off the mast onto deck and run towards Tim and Mori. But when I land, the ship is crashing against a big wave. The turbulence is enough to throw me, Tim and Mori, the balance. And as I space up, I can see that Mori is helping him to stand up. I hold the knife's edge and point to handle to Tim. He shakes his head after seeing me handing him the knife, hinting that he's not in condition. I see the blood dripping from his lips. Despite his pretty sucking the blood, enough to say that his wound is deep enough.
I'll check the engine room, I think I can help there,
Tim says, still biting his left hand as he keeps his balance from toppling while he walks himself towards the lower deck.
I'll ask your Peppy to help you here.
No, just hold them down there. The only option is for me to finish the work. I've seen Aldi and Peppy, they are not suitable for deck works. That's why I refuse Tim's offer, while still focusing myself to tie the knots.
Yeah, you just help them.
Also, it was unnecessary. Soon as Tim entered the lower deck, I finished tying the knots. I should have said a few times to make sure that it is firmly secured.
Done?
Yeah.
We're done here, let's wait in the bridge.
I have no objections to his words. After I put the knife to my pants back pocket, I look at the skies for a moment. I vaguely remember this scene. The grey and black chiaroscuro I pondered rather when I was having a difficult time telling what is real and what is not. This time I know exactly that this is real.
What are you doing?
Mori shouts from the door leaning towards the bridge. His shout is indistinct, as it's trying to fight against the storm's song. But his vague voice is enough to attract my attention. I'm coming!
Help!
Suddenly a startling scream can be heard approaching from the lower deck. It's not Tim's voice, but I'm sure that it was Peppy's panicking voice. True to my prediction, he's rushing out from the lower deck. What happened?
The engine, it's overheating!
What?
The engine's overheating!
What do you need me to do?
We need to call them and try pouring water on it!
Okay then, I'll tell Dustin about the situation. Peppy and I dispersed without saying anything. I soon head to the door in the right side of the deck. Dustin! But the engine is overheating! I scream to the door, wandering the room. I know my voice is loud enough for them to hear.
Damn it! Turn it off then!
That should go without saying. I slam the door and run toward the engine room in the lower decks. But before I can enter, I stop just right before Alfie about to clash with me. is 4 buckets.
There you are. Can you fill these buckets?
Right. Doesn't want you to turn the engine off.
Okay.
He hands me all 4 buckets in his hands to me, which I immediately put down to catch some of the rainwaters. It doesn't take long to fill. I put all the contents of other 3 buckets to one to make it full and put the other 3 back on their places. I carry a full bucket in the lower deck and head for the engine room. Water!
Put it to the engine!
We have the station and follow Alvy's instruction. I take my stance to flush the engine with the water. With one swing I empty the bucket and all the content collides with the Honda engine. All of the steam spreads all around the engine room, which means that the engine is still heating. I'll get more water! I rush myself towards the lower deck corridor and without stopping run towards the upper deck. Find all the buckets put down has almost filled to its full. Put down the empty bucket I carry on, take 2 buckets, one in each of my hands.
Tidal wave!
Huh? I can hear someone yelling from the ridge. I rest my face upwards. This part feels hurt when the rapid raindrop slams my face.
A tidal wave is approaching from port! Turn the engine back on!
It's still heating!
Just do it or we'll get capsized!
Again I rush myself into the lower decks, run 2 buckets of water across the corridor towards its end, and turn left across the infirmary.
Turn the engine back on!
I shout some back in the engine room. Team Alvy Pepe looks at me with discontent, perhaps questioning my statement. While they busy staring at me, I am already preparing myself to splash the water on the engine.
It's heating!
I know, but there is tidal wave. We turn.
It will burst!
Every second we keep arguing that our wave's closing in and nothing we can do about it except to turn. I shout while putting the bucket my right hand down, preparing to pour the other one.
Damn it. Turning button.
Al finally gives in and instructs him and Pepe to turn the engine back on despite the engine is still steaming. While all of them are trying to turn the engine on, I'm still trying to empty the second bucket. Pepe wraps the cable on the generator, pulls it with his mind a few times before finding that the engine turns on, and at the same time I pour the second bucket empty. I'll get more water until the engine is on. I grab buckets and run towards the deck again and check the other 2 buckets. I fill these buckets in the deck with the ones I carry.
The engine's back on!
Shut towards the open window of the bridge.
Brace for impact!
Jordan warns me and next thing I caught a glimpse of the corner of my eyes. From the port side of the ship there is at least 10 meters tall of tidal wave, which I thought was the skies at first. With that side in front of me, I drop both the buckets in my hands and drop my jaw also. Too late for a turn. Soon as I regain my alertness again, I run towards the guardrail on the port side and grab it. I wish I could at least tell the other 3 in the engine room. Also, as I tightly hold near the guardrail, I notice that my nose is bleeding again. This is not the best time for this. Yeah, it definitely is not.
Promise me you'll show me the sea!
What? I heard something, someone whispered. That's impossible. Even when someone shouts here, I can barely hear them. But yet I can hear the whisper crystal clear. That soft and soothing voice, I remember that voice. That was the voice of the white light figure in my dreams. How can I hear her voice? I'm not dreaming it out, aren't I? I tried to bite my right index finger to confirm that it felt what? It felt hurts? Oh my god. But then still, how can I hear her voice here? This ship has only made 2/3 of the turn when the tidal wave collapses and crashes with the ocean waters. The aftershock it causes makes the ship lose its balance. It's landing almost half of its side. The slightest push will turn the ship over. During this moment I can feel a sharp pain in my head and my nosebleed is still not stopping. I close both my eyes, press my right hand against my left eye and grit my teeth to suppress the pain. But no matter how hard I try, the pain is still too sharp. For a moment I close my eyes, but something odd is happening. The sound of the rain suddenly stops. replaced with a soothing sound of calm waves. Slowly open my eyes as the pain gradually disappears. But as my eyes steadily adjust itself, all my eyes see is a sight of something impossible. Thousands of raindrops, or even millions of them, are floating right in front of my eyes. The raging ocean has disappeared despite the sky is still shrouded in dark clouds.
What happened?
Tim, Alvy, and Peppy burst out from the lower deck soon with a shocked look on their faces. Slowly raise my body and try to understand what happened. Jordan, Dawson, Maury also can be seen on the bridge heading in dazed looks. I touch one of the raindrops. Slowly the raindrop pours in my finger skin like a gel. But soon as I remove my finger, the water does not return to its original form. The 3 men under the lower deck doorway also try to do the same thing, also with the same result. The first one to snap out from his facade was Dawson. He only accelerated the ship when the sea is calm as water in a bathtub. The floating raindrops which collides with us only stretches like gels to avoid hitting us. The calm sea and the floating raindrops keep happening despite the sky is still shrouded in storm cloud. Even after we navigated through the storm, we never know what had happened. All of us are trying to get a rational explanation as Dawson is getting us out of the storm, but none of us can get even a theory. Except for me. For some narcissist reason, I believe that I might have something to do with this phenomenon. Hours later, when I'm staring at the night horizon over the calm seas, Jordan approaches me. He offers me a cup of hot chocolate, which I quite enjoy.
What do you think about today?
Jordan asks with a look of suspicion in his eyes. I know he must think that I have something to do with it. Though I'm just as clueless as you are. I know what I am. I don't know what is on his mind, but I can see he has found a piece of truth in my answer.
Anyway, thanks.
For what? I didn't really do anything.
I must tell you something.
What's that?
Remember when I said the rescue party will be waiting for you in Mombasa?
Yeah.
I lied. There will be no rescue party.
It's okay. I think I make my own way to India.
That's not what I meant.
Huh?
What I mean is, it will not be a rescue party waiting for you in Mombasa.
What are you talking about?
When I reported about you yesterday, we knew that you were not the victim of plane crash, but you were wanted.
Huh?
You were wanted because you are said to be responsible for the fall of a private flight owned by Grail and Horn.
What he just said changed my emotion expression. My eyes delayed and I can't hear anything else. My mind is too busy processing that previous start raving information. What did you just say? It's that name again. The name that I keep hearing. I know that name is important, but what? I crashed a plane? Seriously? What happened to me? I lost my memories. I keep saying things. I don't even know my name. And seeing what just happened earlier today. What am I?
Chapter 1 end.
Wait, that's only chapter 1. We have 2 chapters more to go. But here we are ending the episode. For now, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.